What does the blessing and prophecy from two elderly saints tell us about God? What can elderly saints teach us if we'll listen? Let's look at the latter half of Luke 2. What did the Holy Spirit reveal to an elderly saint named Simeon? A man named Simeon was in Jerusalem. He was righteous and devout. He eagerly anticipated the restoration of Israel, and the Holy Spirit rested on him. The Holy Spirit revealed to him that he wouldn't die before he'd seen the Lord's Christ. Led by the Spirit, he went into the temple area. Meanwhile, Jesus' parents brought the child to the temple so that they could do what was customary under the law. What did Simeon pray as he took the baby Jesus into his arms? Simeon took the baby Jesus in his arms and praised God. "Lord, I'm your servant, and now I can die in peace, because you've kept your promise to me. With my own eyes I've seen what you've done to save your people. And foreign nations will also see this. Your mighty power is a light for all nations, and it'll bring honor to your people Israel." What did Simeon prophesy to Mary about Jesus? And his father and his mother marveled at what was said about him. And Simeon blessed them and said to Mary his mother, "Behold, this child is appointed for the fall and rising of many in Israel, and for a sign that's opposed, and a sword will pierce through your own soul also, so that thoughts from many hearts may be revealed." What was the exemplary lifestyle of the elderly prophetess Anna? There was also a prophetess, Anna, a daughter of Phanuel, of the tribe of Asher. She was well along in years, having lived with her husband 7 years after her marriage, and was a widow for 84 years. She didn't leave the temple complex, serving God night and day with fasting and prayers. What did the elderly prophetess Anna say about Jesus and redemption? Is it much bigger than she probably understood? And at that very moment she came up and began giving thanks to God, and continued to speak about him to all those who were looking forward to the redemption of Jerusalem. And when his parents had completed everything in accordance with the law of the Lord, they returned to Galilee, to their own city of Nazareth. Now the child continued to grow and to become strong, increasing in wisdom, and the favor of God was upon him. What happened to Jesus when he was 12 at the Passover feast? Every year Jesus' parents would go to Jerusalem for the Passover festival. When Jesus was 12 years old, they went up to the festival as usual. When the days of the festival were over, they left for home. The young man, Jesus, stayed behind in Jerusalem, but his parents didn't know it. They thought he was in their group of travelers. After traveling for a day, they started looking for him among their relatives and friends. What happened during this time with the doctors of the law? And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said to him, "Son, why have you thus dealt with us? Behold, your father and I have sought you sorrowing." Did the whole experience about Jesus' absence lead Mary to treasure these things in her heart? And he said to them, "Why is it that you are searching for me? Didn't you know that I had to be in my Father's house?" But they didn't understand the statement which he had spoken to them. And he went down with them and came to Nazareth. And he continued in subjection to them. And his mother was treasuring all these things in her heart. And Jesus was advancing in wisdom and stature, and in favor with God and men. What does the blessing and prophecy from two elderly saints tell us about God? What can elderly saints teach us if we'll listen? You decide.